Rockwood 2701SS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. What was this? About 5,130 pounds. Very lightweight, easily half-ton towable. Full-size super slide bunkhouse, just a lighter weight version. Now, one of the reasons I put these together, these videos that is because I like to shoot people straight. I remember when the internet first happened and eBay just was a big thing, and you'd order something on eBay and it wasn't what you thought it was supposed to be when it arrived. And I remember how bad that hurt when I was burned, how upset I was. And I never wanted to be the guy to do that to anyone. So I'm gonna share the good, the bad, the ugly, just the flat, plain truth, no matter what it is with you on this trailer. By and large, a lot of good life left in this trailer. It's one that we actually had here last summer, sold to a family. They went out and used it and had a good time, decided that yes, we enjoyed camping and we are ready to move up to a brand new trailer. So they swapped it out for a brand new Summerlin bunkhouse here at Haylett RV. And they're getting ready to leave in a few minutes actually. They just dropped this one off. So this is fully 6-sided laminated. It's all aluminum frame. That's where the weight savings comes from. It does have some unfortunate history, and I'll cover that as we come to it. But a neat thing up front here is this front window. This is something Rockwood's done since their inception. Interesting, Rockwood actually predates Forest River. You think, well, how can that be if it's made by Forest River? Forest River is actually the merger of a company called Rockwood and a company called Cobra. And they kept the Rockwood banner under the Forest River designs. Fun little history lesson there. Now, there are a couple points here where there's some delamination. You can see a little ripple right there. Most of this is just from stress. I do believe there has been a measure of water penetration to the trailer, though I don't think it's ever been major because I don't smell that musty mold smell. I don't see black mold discoloration inside, but I do think it might have been there. I do see a little stress fracture right here next to the slide out. When this was made, ultralights were still pretty much in their infancy, and there were some longevity related items that they hadn't yet discovered because they hadn't existed long enough. In today's market, these problems don't exist. In the pre-owned market, you'll run into it sometimes, but we've taken that into account. We've got this thing about $2,500 less than what the suggested NADA retail value is on it. We're very fair with our stuff. You know, we publish our pricing, we're very transparent. I mean, obviously we're putting together this video and showing you what's good, bad, and ugly, but if you ever want to know what this thing's running versus the book value, I leave a link for you down here in the video description you can click on. It'll take you to our used trailer page. It'll show you what we have in stock and what we're asking with, you know, its condition and its history, because every trailer has a story to tell, you know. There's no Carfax for campers. That's why I do what I do here. By and large, though, like I said, there's a lot of good camping left in this trailer. Previous owners, most recent owners, they did do a good job of keeping it pretty darn clean. I mean, the skin is gleaming. They definitely, for first timers, they did a good job for sure. Like I said, you can see the decals aren't fading. You can still see the reflectivity off that skin right there. You can see the nose of that Jayco designer over there looking at us. A little outside grilling station here. If you decide to get a little RVQ grill, they give you the perfect little place to hook that up, and it's right under this big patio awning. All windows are going to open for ventilation, by the way. That's especially important on these bunk windows. Not every brand does that for you, and they do give you outside access to the storage below that lower bunk. Ultralights used to sit a lot lower to the ground than they do today, mostly because trucks used to have a lower platform height. So to make sure the tail of the trailer didn't drag and like rip off your stabilizer jacks, they'd often put these little steel reinforced little triangle jabs right here, just little skid plates basically. That's one of the reasons I think old trailers sometimes do have a little more signs of stress flexing on the frame, is because when that thing hits and bottoms out, man, it is a violent earthquake jackhammer type situation, and you just don't run into that as much today, you know. Previous owners added the nicer, bigger entry handle here. Easy come, easy go kind of situation. I'm gonna start at the front, work my way back so I don't miss anything here. Allow me a moment to back up. That is a classic Rockwood underbed storage situation right there. We'll get to that more in just a minute, but I do love just the wide open nature of this floor plan. It makes it feel absolutely enormous in here. Even though it's really not any bigger than anything else, it sure looks and feels that way because you don't have a wall blocking right here. There's no visual break point, so it just looks wide open. Now, this is right here. Yeah, you can see where it looks like some bumpy braille up here. that is where there has been water in the wall. That's a plain signature that there has been a little bit of water in that wall. It looks like maybe at some point the roof to wall seam had failed, and it's been resealed. I mean, there's nothing going on currently, but it has been there, so that's something you need to be aware of. This sofa will, and you deserve, you know, if this stuff scares you and you say, man, I'm not buying this trailer, I get it. That's why we're talking about it. But remember that we're shooting you straight. You know you're going to get a fair and honest deal from us. So if this trailer isn't the one you want, maybe take a look at something else we have. If we don't tell you there's problems with that, it's because there's not problems with it. You know, if I see something, I say something. I don't hide anything from anyone. I'm not happy that's there. I'm not proud it's there, but we have taken that into account when we price the trailer. So you're not paying top dollar for something that's not in top shape. We're fair and proportional here. The floor plan, other than the bedroom, is carpetless, so it is nice and easy to clean. And we do have central air in here to keep you nice and comfortable in the summertime. So like I said, classic Rockwood underbed storage. Because not everyone wants to lift the bed to get all the storage, they'll build some extra drawers in here to make it easier to get to. And look at this, they're bottomless. I can't even see the bottom of it. Because it's camouflage, get it? It's a bad joke. Anyway, moving on. There's nothing wrong with the bottom of those drawers. The previous owners just decided to protect them. They would throw in this little camouflage corrugated plasticky cardboard stuff right here, and they cut it to fit. They did an amazingly perfect job cutting these things out. Like they had a template made for it. But, you know, it's just one of those things. If you don't like those, take them out. I don't care. They're not helping. They're not hurting. They're just up to you. So that big one, you see the front windows, all the light they're letting in here. That's another thing that makes this trailer look so big, because you never have a visual stop point. You can always see through the trailer. That is a heated mattress, by the way. You see the little wire on the side over here, that's your controller. And the bed does lift up, so you can actually get even further up into that storage. And the bedside stands, you know, when these first kind of came into play, they were ideal for putting fans and stuff like that on a trailer, alarm clocks. Still handy for alarm clocks, though most of us seem to like to use our phone for that situation nowadays. Plus, so many of us now have those, you know, the breathing machines, the CPAP machines. It's nice to have that there, too. Flipping around here, very classic little stand right when you walk in the entry door. You don't tend to see that very much anymore, but it's got a great chunk of storage and a nice spot to like set a drink or whatnot. It's a very handy feature I wish you got to see more of today. The table is freestanding on those floating table legs, so you can kick that out and make it a picnic table, whatever you want with it. Cabinetry, you've got all raised panel doors, which look real sharp, and you can see, you know, these doors have stood the test of time. They're still seamless, essentially. There's nowhere that these doors have flexed or fallen apart. AM, FM, CD, DVD player up there. That was one of those things when this was built, everyone was still doing just stereos. Rockwood's really tried to define themselves over the years, and especially today, as a higher level unit. And if you look at the equipment package on this compared to the other things that were built at the time this was built, you'll see that's true. Now, interesting is this pantry, this vertical chunk right here, it is actually part of the slide out. That whole thing slides in and out with the kitchen, just to give you that extra nudge of storage, and you do have a couple nice drawers and a big under sink cabinet area down there. Now, the total countertop space in this is deceptively good, because we tend to look at things only in lengthwise. We say, well, it's not a very long counter. No, it's okay, but it is also very deep. You see how far that sticks out behind everything. And that's one of the reasons they leave you these power outlets back here, is so that you have the perfect little appliance shelf back here for your blenders and coffee makers and all that. And it doesn't eat up your active counter space. It's actually a very, very good design. And frankly, this kitchen setup is something Rockwood still uses today to great success. In today's market, Rockwood is the #1 selling overall lightweight on the market. There's certain segments where they might get nudged, but overall, these guys are the best at what they do, arguably, you know. Right over here, it's another kind of classic feature you don't see as much of today, these extra closets and things. Typically, this will take kind of the form of just a generic pantry that can be used in different ways, but it is nice to have that. Now, split bath here, this is mom and dad's best friend, or grandpa and grandma, as it were, because you can have one set of kids at night using the potty or taking a bath, while the other one's brushing their teeth. So you can get two kids rotated in and out, calm down, in bed, that much sooner and easier, just less fighting, you know? Now, the floor back here, it is pretty soft, but you see that I am walking on it. You know, I can stand on one foot. I'm not trying to do any sort of like, I'm only standing in certain spots magic. I'm not David Blaine and I can't levitate. I'm a big heavy klutz actually. But the point is, it's soft, but it's there. You know, it's okay. Bigger max air fans in a Rockwood, that's something they've done for years and years. And that's one of the reasons they slot this bathroom door. It's purposely not built all the way up. So if you kick that fan on at night and open these windows, it will pull a 6-mile-an-hour breeze up through that. That's a lot, and that'll keep the RV much, much cooler. It's like a whole house fan instead of only a one-room fan. But notice the extra windows here in the bunkhouse. Like, the 2 windows are great, but they threw a 3rd one in over here just for more light. You know, Jack and Jill bunk setup where they got the double under single sort of thing. That's a classic bunk design. It's been really, it's almost been completely choked out at this point by the double over double, but this has advantages too. Because, you know, this is a nicer, like, couple sleeping space if you have adult guests with you. And you can still throw a kid up here. You can throw bags, anything you want. It doesn't look like the upper bunk's really ever been used by pretty much anyone. It looks like it's just been bag storage most of its life. So there you have it. She's not perfect, but we're not asking top dollar for her. It's all right. You know, I think that's a fair descriptor. I mean, how many people are going to tell you that their camper's not perfect? We go out of our way to be fair, guys. So, again, if the things you've seen in this video are disqualifiers, I totally understand. That is perfectly fine and understandable. However, if you're a handy person, or if you're looking to do what these folks did, if you're looking to just not spend top dollar on a first-time adventure, so that if you are one of those rare few who don't enjoy camping, you can swap out of it, no problem, this is a great trailer. You know, I mean, there's some good things left to us. Now, if you're looking for something that ain't fancy, you know, we're coming into fall in the Midwest. If you're looking for a hunting shack, this is a very nice hunting shack, you know, something you could use for quite a while. So give us a call, learn a little more. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, you know, everything. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.